All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. In this particular video, I just want to touch on the government shutdown, all right, and the effects that it's having. All right, now I typed in the chat GPT, can they give me a list of jobs that are affected by the government shutdown? And it says right here, as you can see, but there's one I want to focus on specifically. All right. And this right here just reminds you once again of Isaiah 32. All right. 9 on down to 12. We just going to grab it before we read this. This isn't going to be too long of a video. This is just really a government shutdown update and just bring some more information out. Because right now they're talking about 2 federal judges just ruled that Trump must fund November's SNAP benefits. Now, while that sounds like, people should be, celebrating that they're going to get their food stamps, well, Trump has the ability to appeal. And he already deems this not an actually uncontrolled emergency. He says that it's a controlled emergency. So it really just might not mean anything that 2 judges, federal judges, demanding him to do whatever. Don't forget, judges told him that he couldn't deploy troops around America. A lot of people was talking about the legal ramifications that he'll face for doing that. And he said, well, we don't need the judges. You see? So that man ain't really listening to a damn thing you saying, for real. But, just to, give the information, he has a chance to appeal that what those federal judges said yesterday. All right. Now, let's get Isaiah 32 and 2 real quick. So like, yeah. And that was a video, if you saw it real quick, of Big Shirley. They already snatching people's groceries, man. She hopped on Karen outside and started taking her meat and throwing it in her car and shit like that. It's crazy. All right. Now let's get Isaiah 32 and 2. All right. Salakia. This is Isaiah 32 and 2. And I'm going to go down to 9 through 12. But I like to get this second verse because, all the women that say that they don't need a man, you actually do. The scripture says something different. To the women that say that they ain't the truth, they talking about shalom and all this other shit. They have a problem with the scriptures talking about you need a covering. And this right here proves you need a covering. All right? A man of the Lord is going to be your covering. Because if the Lord is dealing with him, he's just not going to save him. He's going to save his whole house. His wives and his children, man. Whoever's up under his house will also be saved. So that is your covering. All right? His house covers you. So you do need a man. See, you got a lot of so-called sisters in this thing that they really covert feminists. They undercover feminists. All right? They know that this is the right thing to do. The Lord gave them enough of this truth to know that this is the right thing to do. Clean up their dietary, not be a whore so much. But as far as getting up under a man and taking his order, coming up under his leadership, direction, and guidance, being obedient and subservient to him, being his subject, being subject, because when the scripture says be subject unto your husband, and I'm loosely quoting that, it's talking about be a servant. A king has what? Subjects, right? All right. That's what the counselor go up to the king or the advisor and will say there's an uproar in your subjects or whatever. Some of your subjects, he can say that. But right. This is for you women that say you don't need a man. You actually do. And for you sisters out there, so-called sisters that's covert feminists, you're going to be found out really quick, man. Because, a brother like me, man, it don't make no sense how you've been in this truth for 8 years and you live fucking 10 minutes from a camp near you. And you've been single for 8 years in this thing, knowing that you should get up with a man. But you're going to wait till the very end to try to get with a man of the Lord, man. To me, I want to know why. That's an eyebrow raiser to me. Just speaking as a man. I know, it's like a brother saying, he's never came in contact with a GMS camp or an affiliate camp, and he lived walking distance, 5-minute walking distance, which is like a 2-minute ride, 1 minute and some change ride to a camp. But you ain't never been into a camp. Why is that? Something's fishy. Something smells fishy, man. So same thing for you women, man. You said you fuck around and you've been in this truth for 8 years, 9 years. So okay, all right. So you haven't been married? No. Well, why? You know what I mean? So if you just say you haven't been ready or something like that, I'm not getting that, man. Because the way that you get ready is to prepare yourself to be ready, is to get up in there, You got to have experience, man. Experience means, phone chimed in. Experience means to try out. Shout out Elder Apostle Gabar. He bring that out. You got to have experience in things. Experience means to try out. You got to go over there and get serious. The scriptures tell you, man. You younger women marry, man. I get it. There's some brothers out there that's focused on this truth and that's it. But there's men out there, very good brothers, man. Very good brothers. That you could be talking to, that you could be getting with right now. But for some reason, something is taking you away from talking with these brothers. I don't know what it is. And if I was a betting man, is that you kind of like the freedom of not being up under a man. You like kind of doing what you're doing. You like your space by yourself doing, and you know what? It's not a wise thing to do because, two is better than one, man. Satan will attack your ass, man. Have you go off and commit adultery. I know I've been off on a tangent, so let's get this. Let's get Isaiah 32:2, man. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind. That nuclear wind, man, the destruction. He's going to be a hiding place, man, from it. Because the Lord's dealing with him. The Lord's going to say that, man, right? And a covert from the tempest. Covert meaning of a woman under the protection and authority of her, what? Husband. You see? Boom, mic drop right there. The video should be done. And a covert from the tempest. A man is going to be your covering, your hiding place. The reason that you're going to be beamed up, man. 7 women shall cleave on to one man, saying that we shall eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, loosely quoting that. Things are turning. Women are going to be coming up on the man, up under a man. What is with this whole I don't need a man and I can still be saved as spirit you got? Now, if it's an older sister, 60, 70, and she ain't, they don't want to be on a dating scene. They select ladies, like that. Certain cases out there, I'm pretty sure. And this is just me speaking as a man. But for you sisters out here that's able-bodied, 20, 30, even in your 40s, man, get out there, man. Get you a good brother, man. Continuing. As rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So you do need a man. All right? So, all of that feminist agenda, talking points. I don't need a man. Who says I need a covering? The only person I need is the Lord that's Christian, and then you mix with a little bit of feminism, man. Because you just don't want to be up under a man. And you don't even obey the Lord for real. All right? I know of sisters out here that's supposed to be in the truth that get dreadlocks, they out on the scene, they wear pants, they celebrate birthdays, they smoke weed. I mean, they like worldly, man. Christmas come around, they probably won't give you a gift that day, but they'll try to fuck around and give gifts a day before or after. Thanksgiving come around, they'll make the Thanksgiving turkey stuffing and shit like that, cranberry sauce and shit. But it won't be on the day. They think they fucking playing somebody, man. You know, I know so-called sisters that do that shit, man. And you know what? You about to be exposed real quick, man. Because if you had a man in the truth, he'll tell you that shit is off, man. He'll get you right. But you know what? You don't want to get with a man. You want to continue to do your own thing. You know that this truth is the right thing to do. So that's why you try to practice it. But really, that world is looking more appetizing to you, man. So you got 1 foot in and 1 foot out on some hokey pokey shit. You finch straddling. All right, 1 foot in his truth, 1 foot in the world. See, the Lord, he don't like that shit. Revelations 3:15, I believe. You know, hey, that's lukewarm to the Lord. All right, it's either hot or cold. But when you mix hot and cold together, that's warm, right? That's lukewarm. The Lord don't like that. It's either you on fire or you cold. The Lord doesn't have any gray areas or blurred line areas, man. You see? So he wish you were hot or cold, all right? Because now he about to just spew you out of his mouth like a sickness, like a phlegm, like some goddamn mucus. Get you up out, pow, get you up out of the body. All right, Isaiah 32:2, and we read, Salakia 9, and we read, Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. That's right. You women that are at ease, you ones that's on these programs, man. You're getting your rent paid. What's that, HUD? Which we're going to talk about in this video. SNAP benefits. Is it supplemental nutrition assistance program? Yeah, WIC, women, infant, and children. Getting all type of shit, man. They paying your electric. Come on, man. They giving you cash assistance and all type of shit, bro. You're at ease, man. You don't need a man. Ain't this the slogan you bitches like to say? You don't need a man? Well, the Lord says, hear my voice. How do you hear the voice of the Lord? Through the mouth of the prophets, man. So when you turn your back on us and scoff at us and I hate these Hebrewites and all this other shit. Okay, all right. All right. You despise us. Well, 1 Timothy 4:8 says that he that despises, and I'm merely paraphrasing, if I got that correctly, that book, chapter, verse. But I believe your brothers can just double check it. He that despiseth man despises not man, but despises the Most High, who given unto us his Holy Spirit. So you don't hate us. We just out here, giving the message. And what's the old saying? Don't kill the messenger. You know how they did in the movie 300? He came and dropped the message off. Yeah, that Xerxes was his king, so the messenger believes in, the message. He had passion when he was talking. But you see, we're like that messenger. And Leonidas is like America, and he's like these women out here, and it's like these 2/3, man. They like Leonidas, man. They trying to kick us down the hole. They trying to kill the messenger, is what I'm saying. Continuing. All right. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And we seeing this, man. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled. See, the Lord wants you in a state of fear, not of a jovial, upbeat, happy ass, living my best life attitude. You know? It says, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. The Lord's going to strip everything from you. All right? Everything that you had is going to be stripped up off of you. That's what this means, man. All all the programs I named earlier. And gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. That's right. The teats, like a baby is on a tit. That's the nourishment from that child. For the child. Right? So when he's cut off, he has no more nourishment. And then if that happens at a prolonged period, he die. So the Lord has given Esau the green light to cut you women off from the tit, man, from the teats. So you're no longer sucking on the breast of the great whore Babylon no more. I just cut you off, man. With these food stamps, government shutdown, and they bitching about the food stamps or whatever. But meanwhile, the government shutdown is still popping. And if the government shutdown does not lift up, they don't come up with a deal, then other things like HUD starts to get affected. And that's what? All you motherfuckers that the government is paying your rent, that's gone, bruh. And that's what I want to focus on. You wearing at the food stands. All right. You just get a fucking job. Get you a man. You could take care of, y'all be struggling like a motherfucker. Especially them women out there with 7 kids, 9 kids, or whatever. But Esau is talking about cutting your motherfucking HUD, bruh. Not paying your rent, man. As a matter of fact, let's get that. Right here. I typed in the chat GPT, what are all the things that will be affected from this government shutdown? Just give me a list. And it gave me a list. And I'm going to focus on the fourth one. Yeah, the fourth one. It says Department of Housing and Urban Development. You see that? Roughly 67% of its 6,100 employees furloughed. You see? Especially those issuing new grants and conducting fair housing investigations. So look. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. These are being affected by this government shutdown. These people are getting laid off, man, and not just laid off. Let's say the ones that gotta come to work, but just not getting paid. Well, how are they gonna pay their rent? You can't tell your landlord, well, the government is shut down. You can't tell the people that you rent your car from, you're leasing your car from, that, hey, the government shut down, I can't pay it, man. These people are getting laid off or having to come back to work and just work anyway and still not getting paid. And this is not being funded. So eventually, guess what? Your rent will not get paid, man. That's probably going to be the next talk, man. If this government shutdown keep lasting, and Lord willing it does, man. But you women that are at ease, man, look, Lord told you to rise up, man. You women that are at ease, man, hear the voice of the Lord through the mouth of the prophets. All right, you should be trembling right now, scared. But you see these wicked bitches, the only thing they worrying about is going there and robbing and stealing and shit. Meanwhile, Trump in the cut, not saying really nothing about it, but what he's doing, his actions are speaking louder than words. He's mobilizing 25,000 troops. That's 500 troops per state. As a quick response units, if I'm saying that correctly, quick response units for rioters and things like that. Oh, well, he knows something's about to pop. He know it. And he wants them to be in all 50 states by January 1st. So January 1st, troops will be in all 50 states, 500 quick response units. Oh, man. Hey, things is getting serious, man. So, and to the brothers and sisters that was really wanting these food stamps to not come back on, let's say they do fund it for the month of November. Just realize if the government stays shut down, that's just for the month of November. All right? That's not talking about the month of December. They might give them it for the month of November, which Trump still might not do it. But let's say they do. Well, the government still shut down. All right, so they'll have to worry about December. Don't forget, the Republicans, they're all part of the same bird, but how it's being presented is they either want to cut SNAP benefits or they want to get rid of Medicaid. All right, but you got a bunch of old motherfuckers and people with problems on Medicaid. Now, I don't even want to say it like that. Slack if saying it like that. You got a bunch of elderly people and people who really need medicine and shit. Like they on the Medicaid, man, they need that. On the other hand, you got the youth that, they getting food stamps and shit like that, So they're like, hey, which one do you want? SNAP or fucking Medicaid, man? And you got the people coming out blaming Trump like, hey, that's sick that he's doing it like the da-da-da-da. But he really want to get rid of them both. You see? Your housing, all of that shit. And if he bring it back, he's going to revamp it. Oh, yeah, you'll get the food stamps, but you must take this chip, this chip. Great chip, by the way. Have a little Donald Trump, little Joe. But yeah, he gonna revamp it. You're gonna have to do something to stay on it to even be a recipient of that, man. All right. Hey, man, come on. I'm just ranting at this point, but I hope I said something. I really wanted to go over this Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is, people paying the rent for the ones who's on these benefits, man. The woman saying she paying $50 or she's paying no rent. She got 6 kids, she paying no rent. I knew a chick like that worked with me, man. You know, and she said she don't pay no rent, and she was working, and she had they gave her $20,000 in taxes. And when I was talking with her, because we were trying to kick it at a point, but she was like, I don't need a man. Like, I want one, but, and I'm like, yo, break that down. That's like crazy. She was breaking it down to me the way these sisters break it down, but it's all money. She's like, I don't need no man. I got my own food stamps. Sucking on the tit of Esau. She said, my house, I pay $0 rent. Boom. So she like food, rent. She got food and housing. Then she said, I got 20,000 wow in cash. Got my whip, got this, got that. Like, what do I need a man for, man? And I'm like, wow. She's like, but I want one. Because she a little fucking freak. That's what it is. But it's just like, you don't want to be up under the authority of a man for real, man. All right? But the Lord's going to expose you women. Hey, we're going to see, man. Let's see if she's singing that same tune right now. Looking at, probably beating their ass even more. Because, these women don't really want these kids, man. Hey, it's about to be a lot of CPS calls, bro. Anyway, let me get up out of here, man. I hope it was edifying with that. Shalom.